In this video, I will be talking about sensitive topics, so to avoid accidentally making someone uncomfortable, this is the warning. There will be mentions of mental disorders, food-related issues, depression, anxiety, self-confidence, things of that nature. Viewer discretion is advised. This day felt so lazy for me. I'm always going back and forth between wanting to relax on my days off and wanting to have a full day that feels like I actually did something. Even if I want to do something, I don't always have the energy to go through with it though. I felt so dead and ugly and groggy. The only valuable thing I did so far was shower, and that was only because when I got home from work the evening before, I was too tired to shower. I don't even have anything to say to excuse it. Sometimes I know that I need to do something, but I just can't bring myself to actually do anything. It feels like something's holding me down by the shoulders. A lot of me feels so unmotivated. I feel like I need to break out of my skin, like I need to shout or scream or make a big scene. I want to feel alive, like I'm not just there. Lately I've been feeling like I'm not a person. Not in the way that I feel like I'm something else, but I just feel like something's missing with me. Like I'm not doing something that I should be doing, but I don't know what that something is. Like I feel disconnected from myself. There are moments where I can have all the motivation to do something, but I don't have any of the energy. Other times, I have the energy and the want to do something, but no motivation. I'm not sure how it feels for other people, but when I don't have any energy, it feels heavy, like there's a weight in my body. I'm not sure exactly why or if that's normal or not, but yeah, I don't like that feeling. I have a lot of feelings that feel like more than emotions. Maybe that's why they're called feelings, but they feel so much more physical than emotional for me. I don't know really what it is, but there's this feeling I get sometimes, and it's like heartache. It's like a deep heartache that feels like someone is reaching into my core and ripping out my heart with hands covered in lemon juice. It's almost debilitating, and I don't really know what it is or where it comes from. I don't know what made me want to clean my room. Maybe it was the fact that I wanted to film it, because honestly, if I didn't film it, my room would not have gotten cleaned at all. This is one of the ways that I try to get myself out of feeling stuck. I need to feel like what I'm doing isn't for me, but for someone else. I need to feel like if I don't do something, it'll let someone else down. And like, not that anyone is depending on my videos, but you know what I mean. Honestly, there's a few things that go on with me that I don't really know how to fix. And when I say that something's wrong with me, I don't mean it in a way that's meant to demonize or talk bad about mental disorders. I say that something's wrong with me, in quotes, because I don't think that anyone should feel those certain ways. The way that I feel sometimes feels so low and so down that one day I just had a random realization of, yo, why do I feel like this? Nobody should be feeling like this. I've been researching different things that I feel and things that I do, and so far, and this does not necessarily mean anything, most of the symptoms are pointing towards borderline personality disorder. And that sounds scary, like the name itself sounds scary. But after researching, I have a semi-decently good grasp on what it means and how it relates to me. I don't talk to anyone about it outside of my close friends because the title could definitely put them off, like it did with me at first. And I'm already embarrassed about a lot of things about myself, And I feel like that wouldn't necessarily build my confidence. It feels very vulnerable. Vulnerability is something that I'm working on being better with, and since I'm talking about my mental health struggles on the internet, I guess that I'm making progress. There's a lot that I feel I don't know how to put into words, and the things that I do put into words, I don't think I do it particularly well. I don't want to say the wrong things and seem considerate, but I want to say things that are true to me and my experience. It's not just an online thing. I feel like this when it comes to speaking in person too. I do feel like saying this online is easier than saying it to someone in person though. Sometimes in person I speak too fast and my words get jumbled and the things I say come out all wrong or just not at all. I don't really know why I have a certain anxiety when it comes to speaking. I don't think it's particularly rare, but among my friends and family members, I'm the only one with this problem in the specific way that I have it. Mental health wasn't ever something that was talked about at home, so I'm really behind, I feel, when it comes to knowing how to express myself and how to feel like a person who can function. So many of the things that go through my head physically feel restrictive. I don't know really what I mean by that, but that's the only way to explain it. It feels like there's no space in my brain, like my own thoughts are squeezing me out. I feel like my thoughts don't match my actions at times, and I feel like a lot of what I say doesn't make sense. Kind of like this right now. I feel like I'm rambling and I'm talking in circles, and I don't know how it starts getting like this, but whenever I do notice it, it feels like I'm looking at like a big ball of string, all tangled and messed up. And honestly, that's the best way to describe what goes on in my head most of the time. Something else I've struggled with that I just realized is more of a problem than I thought is my eating. I grew up seeing my mom throw up her food, go on diets, and starve herself, and naturally that trickled down to me. I remember being in the 7th grade asking her if I could throw up too, and her saying that I was too young. But, me being as stubborn as I am, I did it anyway. In middle school, I wouldn't eat anything throughout the day, but would eat a bowl of cereal after school. Even now, I have periods where I don't eat, and then after that period, I have another period where I eat almost uncontrollably. I've talked to my friends about how, I'm eating so much, or like, bro, I ate so much today, and they tell me that I've basically been starving myself, and I feel so bad about it. On the day that I'm editing this, I had work, and in order, this is what I ate. 1 birthday cake, snack cake, 2 ham and cheese sliders from Publix, 1 corn dog from Walmart, and a zebra cake snack cake. And of course, I had water, and as I wrote all that out, it doesn't sound like as little as I thought, so maybe I'm right to feel like I ate so much. This happens a lot with me, and I feel like I'm one of those people who want to have disorders and romanticize it, so I will be stopping here. That's a pretty accurate depiction of how my thoughts go. I start opening up, whether it's to a friend or just talking to myself, and I have this feeling that, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Then I stop because I feel bad about what I'm saying, and then I start to spiral into, what if I'm just an attention-seeking idiot? None of that was me saying that I had any type of eating disorder or anything, so please don't take it slack. I'm leaving it in just because I want to feel like I'm being transparent. If I don't, I'll think about it for months. It's an abrupt topic change, but it took me around an hour to an hour and a half to clean my room. and I still didn't even fully clean it. My room had this dark and grimy kind of icky feeling, and I had dirty dishes and trash and not clean but not dirty clothes and dust and just not good feelings. And it feels a lot more open in my room now, and it was tiring and sweaty, which sucked because I did that after I had already showered, but it needed to happen. I'm not sure if I'm one of those people who needs a clean and pristine environment, or else they're gonna go crazy or fall into a deep depression. I think those things happen to me no matter what, but I won't lie, cleaning my room and being showered and sitting in a semi-clean space makes me feel a little less hopeless and a little less like a bump on a log just sitting there. So maybe I am one of those people. Another random topic change, but I always go back and forth between wanting to be noticed by men and not wanting to even exist in their eyes. I'm sure it would have been different if I was used to that type of attention, but I don't like how many of the things I do are done to be noticed by men. It's so gross and I annoy myself with it. I feel like a sellout, like a bad person, because being liked and noticed by men doesn't do anything for me. I mean, it feels good to be validated in that way. It's like, we find you pretty, so if you feel pretty, it's correct. But I hate that that's what I want. I feel so dumb for wanting to be pretty to the same type of people who would hurt me if they found me too pretty. I think a lot of girls and girl-presenting people might feel the same, or at least similarly. Maybe it's heightened because my self-confidence is naturally low, but moments that I feel truly pretty are fleeting. Thankfully, I don't think I'm the ugliest girl in the world anymore, but I don't think that I'm beautiful. That word feels too heavy and too meaningful to be used on me, and maybe one day I won't feel that way anymore. In fact, I hope that I don't feel that way anymore. But self-confidence feels like it's something that I'm not allowed to have unless it's given. Ever since I was young, I wondered what it felt like to be confident from a young age. Even now, I'll see little kids being loud and people love them for it. I see people my age and just people in general being unapologetic and taking up space, and I just don't know if I could ever do that. I do want to feel good being myself. I want to feel like being myself is okay and wanted, but I don't think I have a lot of people who make me feel that way. It feels like I shouldn't be anything other than obedient, small, and expected. I don't feel the comfort or space to be myself, and in turn, I don't really know what myself is at all. When I mentioned that I felt disconnected, this is the context that I mean. I think this is the most clear example / instance that I can say it in, because I feel like I don't know who I am in any way, shape, or form. I don't feel like a person. I don't feel like I have a true personality or sense of anything that makes me unique. Like, of course, I have hobbies and things that I like and don't like, but I feel like it's all surface level. None of it really feels like a deep part of who I am. I don't really feel a deep sense of, this is me, this is who I am, with anything. And I feel slightly defeated because anytime I Google anything along the lines of, I don't feel like a person, I don't think I have a personality, all of the results are depersonalization, derealization disorder articles, and I don't feel defeated because I don't think that it's real or that I think it's something else, but because serious things like that don't feel like they should apply to me. Not because I think I'm quote-unquote better, quote-unquote above it, but because I feel like I haven't gone through anything to warrant that. I don't think I've gone through anything in my life that would make that make sense. And I don't want to sound like that type of person, but the words trauma and childhood trauma have been used so much by so many people online that to me it feels like the meaning has been diluted. I have nothing against people opening up about their trauma, but it doesn't feel like it holds the same heavy and serious meaning that it once did. It used to be easily understood that if someone had some type of trauma, something really bad and life-changing had happened to them. Now, it feels like the word trauma is used to describe any bad event that happened. And I feel like a bad person because maybe it is actually super traumatic to them, but I don't think so because I wouldn't see that as a really traumatic event. I hope some of this makes sense and I don't sound like, the worst person in the world. And for transparency's sake, I am going to leave this in so that, I don't know, I hope you don't hate me. And if you don't, please, just don't be super mean. I don't want to talk about too much in one video, so I'm going to be, hopefully, brief. I want to get into writing, but I don't know if I actually do or if it's one of those things that I take an interest in fleetingly, but by this time next month, I'll be completely over it. I have a lot of those interests and it sucks because I want to be creative, I think. I say I think because I do align myself with being a creative person, but I rarely have natural moments of creativity. It always feels faked and forced, and that makes me feel so sad because I do want to create. I want to have things out in the world that showcase who I want to be and what I want to say. I don't want to feel so rigid, and I do want to have an outlet, but I don't know how to do that without having to plan it and make it feel like something serious when all I want is something light and fun for me. Because I want to lighten the mood a little, I want to ask questions to whoever may still be watching or to whoever might have skipped to this chapter. Hopefully you guys respond because that would be really nice. Question 1. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to K-pop, R&B, some of the the neighborhood type music, pop, that kind of thing. I like NCT 127, Ariana Grande, and yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Chloe, those types. Question 2. When was the last time you felt alive? I hope that's not too much of a sad question. I put it in here with intentions of you guys thinking back on good memories, so hopefully that's what happens. The last time I think I felt alive was 2 weeks ago when I hung out with friends and had my own sort of tunnel song moment. If you know, you know. We were just talking for hours at McDonald's and venting to each other. It wasn't super cool or extravagant, but it made me feel whole, at least for the time that I was with them. Question 3. What's an achievement that you've made recently and or something that you're looking forward to achieving? I can answer both, surprisingly. A recent achievement that I'm proud of is saving the most money that I've ever had in my account, ever. Even though it's not, much, in the grand scheme of things, it's something that I was able to do on my own. And an achievement that I'm looking forward to making is being able to buy my own car on my own. It's not the most expensive or the newest car, but it'll be mine, and I'm excited to have it by my own means. This video is eons longer than I planned, so I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for listening to me kind of bare my soul to strangers. Granted, this video isn't posted yet, but it doesn't feel so bad. Maybe once this is posted, I'll regret it and be mortified at what I did, but hopefully that's not the case.